Good morning, church. I hope you are doing well this morning, and I hope that you are enjoying your Advent season. Excuse me. I was thinking on our theme for this week is fearlessness, and I was thinking on that and just the overall encompassing joy of Christmas. And so many people, the bright lights and the music and the decorations and buying gifts. And it can be so lovely. And yet, it can be so challenging. Some people really struggle through the holidays, whether they've recently lost a loved one, whether it's just a difficult season, whether they're part of a family that can't afford to do what they want to do for their children, whether they're a child that doesn't get what they would hope for. There are many, many reasons. And then I was thinking of the theme fearlessness. And truly, although we all get so busy buying presents and we get busy hanging lights or decorating a tree or wrapping or going to parties or concerts or whatever it may be, this is truly all to celebrate that one lovely, ultimate gift we've been given. That lovely and amazing gift. And for those of you that watched the church service Sunday, that's what we discussed in the children's musical. It doesn't matter how old the story is. It is still the lovely story of the gift of Jesus Christ that happens in our modern world just as much as it did then. So, in that, I decided I'm going to share a story with you. Because I know, well, as you know, I am the Children and Youth Ministry Director, so I do fun things. So we're going to read a book, A Very Merry Christmas Prayer. Because as I read this book, I felt like this book truly speaks to the joy of Christmas, where our hearts really should be, and it shows us how we can view some of those traditional Christmas things in God's eyes, in the gifts that God has given us, and the joy that He brings us and brought us through the gift of the child. So let's read A Very Merry Christmas Prayer together. Here's my Christmas prayer. I'll send to God above. Let me scooch so you can. For all the gifts He's given from a heart filled with love. Thank you, God, for strings of light so twinkling and bright, just like the star that led wise men on that special night. So when you see all the beautiful and bright lights hanging on houses, think of those wise men. Thank you, God, for home sweet home. I love my cozy bed, just like the manger that you gave to cradle our Lord's head. Thank you, God, for songs of joy, your praises everywhere, just like the host of angels' voices floated through the air. Thank you, God, for family time. You bless us one and all, just like the love that Mary felt inside that humble stall. Thank you, God, for trees of green, dressed up from tip to top, just like your glory fills the earth. Your goodness does not stop. Thank you, God, for the gifts we give to show the world your love, just like the lasting gifts you give, sweet blessings from above. Thank you, God, for candles lit on frosty Christmas Eves, just like your love shines in our hearts. Your presence never leaves. Thank you, God, for yummy treats handmade with love and care, just like the good things that you give to bring joy everywhere. Thank you, God, for sparkly snowflakes coating earth in white. Just like forgiveness makes us pure, we are brand new in your light. Thank you, God, for wreaths of holly hung up on the door, just like your love that welcomes us to live forevermore. Thank you, God, for listening to my Merry Christmas prayer, for sending Jesus, Lord and King, a gift that's always there. This may be a children's book, but I think there's so much joy to be found in this book. I hope that whether it is as you are looking at Christmas lights, or whether it's when you see a wreath on a front door, or whether it's when you're laying your head down in a warm bed at night, I hope that you are able to think of the manger. I hope that you are able to think of the joy. And when the snowflakes fall, I hope you are able to think of the forgiveness that God gives you, and that He brought us with that lovely gift at Christmas. Have a beautiful week. And remember that this season has so much more to it than buying and wrapping gifts. When you see that joy, those sparkly lights, the wreath on a door, think of how God has put love in your life, allowing you to feel fearlessness, just knowing and trusting in the gift that was given to all of us at Christmas. Have an amazing week. I will see you back next Tuesday.